Hi, it's Lucy from budgetingandplanning.co.uk and Donna from Elevate. I'm going to say it wrong again.
ElevateFS.org.
And this is part of our 10-part mini-series all around mortgages. Now, this is part number 4, and it's specifically around how you're feeling about money. So my particular example, this is before I met Donna actually. So last year, I had to remortgage. My 5-year lovely fixed rate had come to an end on a very good rate. And of course, I had to look at my options for what my next sort of year or 2 years, whatever was going to be for my mortgage. Now, because I've gone self-employed, I found myself, deeply into my overdraft, let's just say a couple of thousand, and I never ever am in my overdraft in most of my life, and I've been very careful. So I found myself feeling massive feelings of shame. I was so embarrassed, I didn't actually want to give my bank statements to the mortgage advisor, and I just thought, oh my god, he's going to say to me, what the hell, you're not managing your money properly, you're never going to get a mortgage if you can't, and I just, all these feelings rushed over me, and it almost stopped me from going to him for advice. And I thought, oh, I'll just get on with it as it is, which of course is ridiculous, but I know that's quite common, isn't it?
It is, Lucy, yeah. Don't forget we're human too.
Yeah.
And a mortgage is a big thing, and financial circumstances, it's all very personal, and it's just real life.
Yeah.
We often have to go into our overdrafts, and we're all feeling the pinch at every corner, really, aren't we? Everywhere we look, every direction. It's not just your mortgage that's increasing, cost of food, energy, absolutely everything's going up. So every direction, and you've got to juggle things. If you want to keep your head above water, but don't be embarrassed. We're human, and it's just life. We see this all the time. People have credit blips. We're here to help. The worst thing is to suffer in silence and end up ultimately paying more because you haven't taken action.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing to do,
Yeah.
There's no judgment on our part. We're here to help you and to guide you and steer you, and give you the best deal, really.
Yeah, brilliant. Because I can imagine if, I didn't, but I can imagine people would be, on a Zoom call if they're not doing it in person. Because of course you can do this all around the country, you're not...
Yeah, absolutely.
Geographically, it doesn't matter where you are now these days. Everything, of course, is done digitally. Yeah. But I can imagine someone getting really emotional and sort of welling up and crying and feeling really ashamed and embarrassed then that they're doing that and feeling that length of, that level of emotion in front of someone they don't know at all or barely know at all. It can be, another level of anxiety to add to their feelings already.
You kind of bearing your soul, aren't you? It's your bank statement says a lot about you and your lifestyle and things, but we're all human, and it's our job really to navigate you around and get you the best option and make, try and help to turn things around. And if we can save you the money on your mortgage by either getting a better fixed rate, or even ultimately avoiding the standard variable rate, which is a considerably higher rate, you will feel that pinch. That's what we're here for, and there's no judgment on on anything really. We are human. Please approach us. The worst thing is not taking any action.
Yeah, thank you. And just as a sideline on that one, if you are finding that someone has, and we've kind of touched on it already, but if someone is sort of obviously quite worried that their mortgage repayments are looking like they're going to go up by a couple of £100 a month, and that's going to be a bit more than just a pinch. You mentioned to me offline that you actually do help people with their budgeting a little bit.
Yes. So ultimately, part of my process and relationship with the client really is looking at budgets, seeing how much your income is, what your outgoings are, take a look at things that can be removed, things that are not daily essentials. So obviously you need to keep the roof over your head, you need to pay your mortgage, your council tax and your utility bills, but is there anywhere where you can have a little bit of wriggle room to free up some income, to kind of soften the blow? But budgeting is a really big part of mortgages, and ultimately making sure that payment is sustainable both now and for the longer term future. Yeah,
lovely, thank you. Because I talk to a lot of people about budgeting, obviously it's what I do, and I'm finding that people are so worried because things look so different to what they did 2 years ago. So the thought of doing a budget, there's so many reasons why people don't do them, but of course if you think you're crap at maths or you're not very good at it, having a template that I've created so many now, you can there's lots to choose from. There's a free one that's for essentials only, and what it does, it just gives you that sort of peace of mind. You know where you are, so if you get that sorted even before you go and see a mortgage advisor, it's going to put you perhaps in a more of a confident feeling, less anxious, because you do know what your base rate is for your own personal, trying to say, your own essentials.
Sure.
So for example, if you were to look at your mortgage, your council tax, utilities, obviously food, and your commuting costs to get to work, etc., and you can say, collectively as a household we have to have £1,500 a month to survive, then knowing that number is really important to understand your wiggle room, but also understand what's left over. So if your mortgage repayments do go up by another 150, 250 pounds a month, you can understand and appreciate how that's going to impact on your entire affordability.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, going back to the fact that things are not set in stone, if you are facing a couple £100 increase or a few £100, there's things that we can do. Maybe look at again extending the term for the next sort of period to try and reduce the payments each month and making them a little bit more affordable.
Yeah.
And again, review that in 2, 3 or 5 year time, depending on which rates what options you go for at this stage. But it's not set in stone, and there are things that we can do to help soften the blow, let's say.
Yeah. Options, always options.
Indeed.
Thank you very much, Donna. So it's lucybudgetingandplanning.co.uk and Donna from elevatefs.org. Yes, I got it.